Hi lawyers, happy day to you analytical humans. Is this firm adhering to rules for marketing and advertising? Today I'm doing something a little different. Today's story, of which I'm asking your opinion, is about billboards, but it could pertain to any kind of advertising. I'm talking about bar rules and Federal Trade Commission rules for marketing and advertising. And I'm asking you to share your thoughts. Yesterday, so far, 2,043 of you read my emails and you clicked on the links 2,772 times. So thank you. I want you to hit reply to this email or email me at mary@GoMediaMarketing.com and let's hear your voice about today's subject. Today's content is geared towards the big advertising law firms that we see everywhere and those of you who are just dreaming about getting started on your own. Marketing is a huge subject, and I've been at this nonstop without even very much sleep for about 15 years. I have personally worked with 176 and counting law firms on marketing and media production. So let's jump into this subject. Is this firm adhering to rules for marketing and advertising? First off, bar rules vary from state to state, and you're going to need to read them before you make any moves on your marketing. So here's the story where I want your input. I'm not calling anyone out. This is just for commentary. My daughter and I went to a really fun Love Boat themed wedding in Las Vegas for some of my musician friends. Promises something for everyone. We were driving from Las Vegas to Los Angeles. We kept seeing one certain law firm's billboards with the word best on them. All these years in marketing, advertising, and working for lawyers, I've been warned this way and that not to use superlatives like the word best under any circumstance. So I took a picture of it and so that I could sort of contemplate it and think about it. And I'm also in a business law class right now, so I just kind of wanted to give it a thorough examination. So why is it not okay to use the word best? Let's look a little closer. Are these injury lawyers going against the California bar rules for marketing and advertising or engaging in unfair business practices under the FTC guidelines and harming consumers? Let's jump into some history. As you may know, from 1908 until 1977, when a new precedent was handed down by the U.S. Supreme Court in the case of Bates versus the state of Arizona, lawyers were forbidden to advertise. The American Bar Association created the Intended Model Rules for Professional Conduct, MRPC, stating that advertising was unprofessional and shone a negative light on the profession of law. This was adopted by all U.S. bar associations at that time. So what are the California Bar Rules? In Rule 1-400D2, California Bar Association states that a communication or solicitation as defined herein shall not 1. Contain any untrue statement or contain any matter or present or arrange any matter in a manner or format which is false, deceptive, or which tends to confuse, deceive, or mislead the public. So we saw the billboard flat out saying best injury lawyers in California. Later, we saw another sign from the same law firm saying voted #1 best. If you look closely, it says this firm was voted Daily News Reader's Best Choice. I Googled that and I couldn't find anything meaningful. Now let's discuss the Federal Trade Commission, who enforces unfair business practices. Unfair business practices include, but are not limited to, false representation of a good or service and targeting vulnerable populations. So what do you think? Is this injury firm falsely representing their services and targeting a vulnerable population? As for saying this law firm is the best, how would a consumer qualify if this firm and all the lawyers who work for them are truly the best? How would they know? And what are they the best at? And those who have been injured are often in the most vulnerable situation of their lives. So what do you think? Is this firm adhering to rules for marketing and advertising? Is it okay to put the word best on your billboards? Does it even matter? If you were the marketing director for this law firm, would this be your choice? If you have something to add to this subject, please hit reply or email me, mary@GoMediaMarketing.com. So my tip of today is that my data shows that this is kind of a waste of space for the billboard. So what would I do? I usually go with educational content. But since this is a billboard and they have to read it really quickly, I'd put something thought-provoking. I would say something like injured, because this calls out to the ideal clients, and then find out what you're up against. So you can email me, mary@GoMediaMarketing.com. I want to know what you think. Do you like my quick fix for the billboard? Would you use the word best in your advertising? Do you think this firm is walking too close to the line? Maybe you are in that law firm. I don't know. Or maybe you don't want to advertise at all because all of this just drives you nuts. Anyway, hit reply to my email and I'll see you legal eagles next week.